there was nobody in Belize who wanted independence in the manner in which George Price was in fact advocating for it, because nobody trusted him. And if you think, Mr. Speaker, that I am not telling the truth, I will refer you to this book. I will refer you to this book written by Godfrey P. Smith. We all know who is Godfrey P. Smith. Let me invite you, Mr. Speaker, and I have it here, to turn to 237, page 237. It says, order was restored ultimately after the dispute, after the shutdown. He said, but Price was disappointed because he had wanted the Belizean people to move forward to independence and unified instead of being deeply divided on the issue. He knew that the reaction to the heads of agreement stemmed from the distrust that a large segment of the population held of him, which was partly as a consequence of his own actions and the perception that he nursed a secret ambition to Latinize the country. That is not quite correct. It was not a secret ambition to Latinize the country. It was a secret ambition to hand the country over to Guatemala lock, stock, and barrel. That was what the British had accused him of in 1957. That is what the British had accused him of in 1957, and that is what we were taught as opposition people.
What's that?
The roots of the perception were long and deep, and he realized that it would take more than repeated protestations of his innocence to dispel it. Mr. Speaker, I am responding directly to the assertion made by the former Prime Minister, twice Prime Minister, and the myth that they're perpetuating that in fact it was George Price who got our independence. It wasn't that. It wasn't that at all. The people of Belize rejected the proposals which he brought in March of 1981, which was being negotiated by himself, Harry Courtney, now deceased, Asad Schuman, and we got our independence completely unfettered. No strings attached. Now, Mr. Speaker, it is important that the Belizean people understand and know that in 1957-58, when Price went to United Kingdom to try to get monies for Belize, he had a secret meeting with the Guatemalan Foreign Minister, a man named Granados. And the proposal was that the Guatemalans would give us money and he would cause Belize to enter into some associates, say it with Belize.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, member.
1
second, Minister.
The member for Pickstock, we know he lives in an artificial world, but he is trying to rewrite history. And it is an absolute disgrace. It is an absolute disgrace for the Minister of Foreign Affairs of this country to get up in the National Assembly of Belize and try to diminish the legacy of the greatest patriot to ever serve this country, George Price. You should be ashamed of yourself trying to rewrite history. And it has absolutely nothing to do with the budget.